What's going on, co-rollers? This is Po Boy coming at ya. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome to Po Boy's Diesel. First things first, I just want to say that this video is sponsored by PrimeWeld. PrimeWeld has been so kind and so generous as to hook us up here with a brand new 225 amp TIG welding machine. Now you guys have been waiting to know who the new sponsor was, and these are them. PrimeWeld has been working along with us for a while. We've been talking back and forward, and they have definitely stepped up to say, we want to give you a hand. Here's something that will definitely help you for this next series coming up, which you guys have been wondering what it was all about. And obviously, with the name PrimeWeld, you could pretty much figure out that we're going to be doing a lot of welding. Now, the welding part of this build, obviously, is related to some fabrication as well as the chassis. That's right, the chassis for the truck is going to be being built, and yeah, we're going to be using the PrimeWeld TIG 225, which is a great machine. But PrimeWeld does offer a different scope of different machines for either welding, such as the TIG machines. You also got the plasma cutters and the MIG machines. But let's not forget that they also have some that are a little bit more complicated. They got a little bit more stuff into it, meaning multi-purpose. They got different processes to work with in one single machine, which makes it really handy for you DIYers, which is super great. So you got the multi-process machines that they have, where you could do arc welding, you could do your plasma cutting, and you could even do some TIG with. But yeah, they were so kind. They sponsored this video, and we're going to be putting it through the test. However, I do want to do a little unboxing because I haven't stepped into opening the box. However, I did a lot of research with PrimeWeld. I've been looking at them for quite some time, to be honest, and I finally built up that courage to give them a holler and let them know what exactly we do here and what our plans are for this upcoming season here. And they definitely jumped right on board and decided to give us a hand, and we're very, very grateful for that. And we're going to be putting their machines through the ringer. Let me tell you, we're going to be doing a lot of welding here. So I hope you guys are excited to have PrimeWeld as part of the Po Boys Diesel family. I'm excited to be part of PrimeWeld's family. But yeah, let's get to the unboxing. So I'm going to set up the camera a little bit here different because obviously I don't have all the space. But let's get to it. Alright guys, so I'm ready for the unboxing. I don't know if you guys are, but let me tell you, I'm really, really looking forward to see the contents. Obviously I have done a lot of research and I know what it looks like and all that. However, I want to present it to you guys so you guys are not missing out on a great deal, to be honest, because PrimeWeld offers so much in a package that it's just unbeatable. It really is. And this is the best bang for your buck, no matter where you look. Okay? And, it comes highly recommended from a few friends that I know that are actually machinists. Some of them are just, regular welders. And I was amazed by all the reviews also that I looked up. And other YouTubers have done reviews on this machine too, including our friend over at the Fabricator series. And I'm kind of flabbergasted, to be honest, because this machine here is under $1,000, and if you could find something better for under $1,000, I know you're gonna be lying, basically. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to put down any company out there, but to be honest, I've seen so many machines, and I keep going back to the same one. And the reason is because it has what it takes, and it's been tested, it's been tried. It's been put into classes for people to learn how to weld. I mean, it's really been put through the ringer. And we're about to do a little bit more of that too. As I mentioned before, our new series is going to be a lot of welding because we're going to be working on some fabrication as well as building the chassis for the ProMod diesel truck. And I am so thankful for the guys over at PrimeWeld. And it's just, I just can't wait to get into it. But I really want to express my gratitude, as well as let you guys know that this is a company you want to check out. Believe me. I'm going to be leaving the link in the description. I'm going to be using the machine quite often on the channel, so you guys will be seeing it perform over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm sure you guys, if if you're looking into buying a welder and you're a DIYer, you want to do a little bit more stuff, or even learn a new trade, let me tell you, the welding trade is a very profitable trade. And if you learn this, this trade here is something that could definitely boost up your future. But let's get started. Let's open this up and get right into it. Meat and potatoes, baby. Got my little handy kitchen knife. I don't know why. Got a couple pocket knives and nice blades. But let's see here. There we go. All right. Knife down. Now check this out, guys. This is something that I call my #1 pet peeve when it comes to shipping an item. And not the instructions. A lot of us, what we do with these. But, however, I must say that from what I've reviewed, they're in very plain English. You could understand them quite easily, very thorough, and they read very well, basically. It's not like one of those where you get a photocopy of a paper telling you on, off, and like hype, basically. But yeah, my pet peeve when it comes to shipping stuff is, the tighter it is in the box, the less rattling. So that means less chances of stuff getting damaged, during the shipping process. And even though they use a very good shipping company, but this is a very, very, as you can see, packed box. And believe me, it's not all smokes and screens, okay? Every little bit of it has a very, very important thing in it. Let's see what we got in this one. All right, so check it out. Here is your stinger for your arc welding or your stick welding, which is great. Comes with the same type of connector. So like I said, it is a very universal type connector, unlike those other cheapo machines. And we got our ground bleed. Same thing, standard connector. Looky here. See that there, guys? It's got that braided copper wire in here. That strap. That's something that a lot of companies kind of slack on. Not that they slack on it. They're cheap about it. They don't do it. And this assures you to have a good ground. And trust me, you want this to be your ground. You don't want to be the ground. And this is something that is actually very, very cool, if you ask me, and it does have very nice clamping force. I just put my finger in it. But yeah, it's pretty good clamping force, and it has that, which means that it'll make a great contact. Well, these are very terminals for the wire itself, which is great. I'm telling you, these people do not slack on anything. What do we got here? Aha! We got our regulator flow meter. And look at this, guys. Brass. This is brass, all brass. This is great because usually you get these rinkety chrome looking ones that are not really chrome or anything. They're really silly. This is a good one, actually. Everything moving nicely. Well turned. Oh man, this is all good. And it's actually inspected. It says it passed inspection, which means that at least they have a quality control system that, that shows that they, their stuff is at least checked over. And we have an extra fitting here. I guess that's to accommodate for different sizes of hoses, in the case that you have a different one. Right there. That is awesome. That's another thing that doesn't come in many of the machines. If it does, it's real cheap. If it doesn't, you gotta go buy one anyway. So, another plus. Another plus for Primo. So let's put these things back in here. We can make room. And okay. Wow. Would you believe it, guys? But they actually put metal corners on these boxes. They got metal. You guys can't see it. I'm not happy. Look at this. Metal corners. You know what that means is that they really take pride in making sure that everything is well packaged. And like you saw, everything was well packed in there. Nothing's flipping around while in shipping, which means that, you know, I feel more comfortable knowing that this machine is going to be damage free. This is great. Wow. Dude, I mean, if they take the time to do this and to pack things, they really are proud of what they're offering. And they have every right to be, because it's an amazing machine. Now, here's another thing that you do not see on the lower end machines out there. This is a fully enclosed clamshell for the machine, which means that it is covered 360 degrees with this nice foam to protect the machine all around, from the sides, from the front, from the back, the top, the bottom, which means basically the whole machine is isolated from the box. It's completely isolated. So that'll help from, you know, any bangs and falls or whatever, which hopefully, you know, the shipping companies, you never know, to be honest. But yeah, let me, oh yeah. All right. Look at that. Top part of the clamshell. Wow. How awesome is that? Guys, I mean, this means a lot when it comes to, you know, you buying something with your hard-earned money and getting something that is protected, you know, from your vendor. And as you can see, Primo does it. And I think I'm gonna have to stand up and move some things around so I can get this out of the way, because I'm running out of room here. So bear with me. All right. So let's see. Take off the other half of the clamshell down there. Wow. This is amazing. Primo, #1, man. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Alright guys, so I wanted to prop it up here for you guys to see it a little bit better, and I did a little bit more of a zoomed view to it. Now, as you can see here, she is metal case. Okay, she's got a 100% metal case, and this ABS plastic around it is to protect it from any hits on the corners, edges. The handle also is metal, and it also has ABS plastic on the corners, on the edges, to protect it from banging on anything. And as you can see, they are raised, so that means they're higher than the buttons here, so that way they are protected as well. So they took, you know, they took the time to make it, you know, well protected. They know that welding is a rough environment. You know, a lot of times we're pulling, and you know, a piece of metal falls, it hits the machine. It's going to be pretty well protected. And as you can see, she's got a lot of dials there. But it's very simple to use. It's not one of those machines that are like, you don't get any idea about what it is. So to start off here, we have your digital display. This will tell you the amperage that you're running the machine on. Also, it has the setting here, the switch for TIG machine or if you're doing stick welding, arc welding. Over here you have the AC and DC switch. Over here you have the AC frequency adjust. Over here you have the AC balance. Now on this line here, you're going to notice I'm going to go from this side to this side. Well, I'll start here with this button, then I'll continue this way. 2T and 4T. Now what that is when you have your pedal, you have it on one setting. When you have your thumb trigger, you would switch it to the next setting. So 2T pedal, 4T, you're using the thumb trigger. It's one of those. I can't remember exactly which one is which. Over here you have the start current, the upslope, the downslope, and the end current. What this is basically when you're doing TIG with the thumb trigger, it's basically the most it'll put out is based on pressing the trigger. That's all it'll put out. That's the max. So on cheap machines, you would set your machine, let's say to 100 amps, and you press the trigger and it's just shooting 100 amps from the get-go. Now what this does is it actually lets you regulate how much current is going to output from the start of the arc. Then as it slopes up, you could slope it slowly or you could just get right to it. Then downslope as you're ending your weld, and the end slope to finish it off. This definitely helps the control when it comes to that thumb trigger. A lot of thumb triggers are, like I said, direct. You just press it and it's shooting 100, whatever you set the amp to. It's going to be shoot that amount instantly. This allows you to have a little bit more control of your weld, making it a whole lot easier for you to avoid, blowing through metal while you're doing welds on, let's say, something thin, or, keeping a little bit more temperature control, which is a little bit more difficult when you're using a thumb trigger. Now with this, it's definitely going to make that a whole lot easier. Now the center button here, this one is actually to set the welding current. So this is where you set the amperage itself. As you go down all the way to 225 amps, which this machine is rated for. Now down here you have the pre-flow. Pre-flow is the amount of shielding gas that is going to come out before the arc strikes. So here you set that up. Then over here you have your base current. So that's going to be your base current as for your weld, the flat. And then over here you got the pulse frequency. Now, believe it or not, even though this has high frequencies, a lot of machines do, but most of them do. Let's say on when you're aluminum welding, they mostly go to like 20 hertz or so. This one actually goes to like 200 pulses per second. And it's been tried, it's been done by another YouTuber that I may have mentioned in the past. You can check him out at the Fabricator series. Yeah, he used it and he ran this machine hard. I mean, he went hard on it and the machine just kept on impressing him more and more and more. Now this is a guy that gives classes in Vegas, okay? He's a good welder. He's been welding for years. He's a Navy veteran, and he does a lot of weld videos as well. Like I said, he has classes in Vegas, and he's actually using this machine for his students to use. He has one or two, I don't know how many, but he's letting the students use it. So that means that machine is holding up to the abuse of someone who doesn't know how to weld, is making mistakes, yet is still holding up like a champ, and it welds phenomenal. And people have loved it over and over again. So that's great to know. So over here's the pulse duty. Over here's your hertz. Over here you have the post flow. That's something you won't see a lot, okay? On the cheaper machines, there's no way you would see that. Post flow is actually kind of like the pre-flow. is the shielding gas after you've stopped welding. This is a great thing because I don't know if you've seen any weld videos or something like that, and you see these real beautiful welds, and you see that the person who's doing the welding, at the end of his weld, he's still holding the torch over the area he just welded, and the gas is flowing because the shielding gas, what it does is exactly that. It acts as a shield from the environment, avoiding your weld to get contaminated, and at the same time it helps it cool down. Okay, so this has that feature as well, which is unheard of. I mean, guys, this machine offers so much for so little. You guys should not miss out on it. I mean, you've seen all the stuff that comes with it. This is definitely a machine worth your money, and it does stand the test of time. Now, you guys are going to be seeing me put it through the test of time here in our channel, because we're going to be welding the ProMod chassis. We're going to be doing, you know, little fabrication stuff that we might need for the build itself. And at the same time, I mean, I'm not going to be the only welder. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a tip-top, you know, state-of-the-art welder or anything like that. But I'm going to be working with it. And we're also going to be having some pros working with it. So we're going to get their scope of view of it too. And I'm pretty sure they're going to like what they're using, because other people who have used it that are either machinists or pro welders, they're like, it's really great, it works awesome, you know, or they actually bought one and they use that at home, you know. It's really a great machine. But yeah, I want to thank once again PrimeWeld for hooking us up with this amazing machine. I got a helmet, welding helmet on order. I got some sleeves on order, and we got to get some shielding gas. So we'll be starting our order tonight for that stuff. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting down to the nitty-gritty with this. Now, let me set this down and finish off this video with you guys. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what's left here on the other two boxes. So that way we're up to date with everything. Alright, so I got to kind of talk about this one here. Now, this is an item that is found in many of the welders nowadays. And a lot of people say, oh, that stuff is useless. And quite frankly, I find it useful in two ways. Most people say, oh, you can't MIG weld, you can't TIG weld with one hand and the other hand covering your face with a mask. Yeah, these are the masks right here, the hand mask basically. You just hold it like that while you're welding away. However, it is true, you cannot use it while TIG welding, because you need one hand for your filler rod and you're using your torch on the other hand. So yes, I do agree with that part. However, there are many occasions where a lot of people don't know that a TIG welder is also capable of doing arc welding or stick welding. And stick welding you could definitely do with one hand, and use this one to protect your eyes as you are welding with the other. And that is a very useful piece right there for that, because trust me, you'd rather have something than nothing for your eyes when you're welding. And for me, a second use that I found is the fact that I'm putting out videos for you guys. So with this mask, I could actually put it in front of the camera lens and show you guys exactly what we're doing, how we're doing our beads, or the, you know, how we're walking the puddle or whatever. So to me, it's very useful, but just wanted to put that out there. So that's one of the items that came in there. Number two, the foot pedal. There she is. Here's the foot pedal. I use the press right there, which is great. It is a standard plug. Yes, indeed. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a 7-pin. Yeah, it's a 7-pin plug, which is basically one of the standard ones, I would say. You know, you could definitely find a replacement for this. I know a lot of people have their, you know, gripes about this type of pedal found on many of the, you know, lower end machines, but I find it very, very useful actually. And it's not that I'm a cheapskate and I don't want to get another one. No, it's not that, trust me. It's the fact that it's usable, it works, it's brand new, use it. Once it goes out, after how many ever kicks and you've given it and rolled it around the floor, and you decide to get a new one, you could upgrade, you know. I'm sure there are a couple companies out there that have many of the normal type pedals that will be compatible with this machine. But like I said, very useful. Tension is good, which means to me, when the stronger the spring, the easier it is to control how much amperage you're putting with your pedal. It has been suggested by many people that this pedal, instead of using it with your heel on the ground and using the ball of your foot to press it, it tends to slide around a little. Use it backwards. Put the heel of your foot on top here and depress it with the ball of your foot. Gives you a little bit better control. Works fine, works a-okay, and it's included. Many welders do not include foot pedals. They'll come with the little thumb thingamajig, the thumb trigger right on the torch, or none at all. Like if you have some of them are what they call a scratch start. You don't want that. This is a whole lot better. So, big blessing. I'm very happy to have it. See what we have here. All right, these are our gas lines. Okay, now something very, very interesting is these gas lines are actually crimped, and they are brass fittings also. Okay, many of the lower than $1,000 welders you'll get out there just come with a barb, a hose, like a clear one to top it off, like a clear hose, and a hose clamp. Now, does it work? Yeah, in you know, in theory it does. However, they do tend to leak. Even though it's not high pressures, it's enough to leak. And those leaks end into costing you money, because argon costs money. Whatever gas you're using costs money. Some of them are more expensive, some of them are a little bit less expensive, but it still runs an expense. Number two, the tighter the fitting, you know, the less gas leaks, the safer you are too. So that's something to take in consideration, and PrimeWeld does not cut down when it comes to safety. So this is a very, very good, I would call it an upgrade. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, nice. We got ourselves a little wire brush with a shipper right here, a descaler. Very cool, especially when you're doing arc welding. And this is awesome. As you know, on a TIG welder of this capacity, you know, with 225 amps, you're gonna need 220 volts. You know, you need to have a 220 plug when it comes to bigger metals that you're welding. However, not all locations permit you to have a 220 outlet. You know, let's say you're out in the backyard of your house and you want to do a little welding. There might not be a 220 plug out there, and all you have to do is you know, a small piece of whatever steel plate or whatever. This right here, this pigtail right here is actually a conversion pigtail. You plug in your 220 here and you plug it into your 120 outlet. Okay, now the inverter itself, the machine itself, automatically recognizes that you're using 120, so it automatically sets up to weld at 120, which is very, very convenient, and it, like I said, it makes it a whole lot more portable. I know a couple people who have had big welders, and you know, they have their big 220, 225 welder, and sometimes they got to do a little something in their ranch or in their farm, and they only have 110, 120 outputs over there, and all they really needed to weld was a little piece of plate for their gate or something. Guess what? You don't have a 220 out there, and it's about, I don't know, 200 feet from your house, or from one outlet that's 220. You know, that's not really helpful. So what do? You get a machine like this, use your 110 with the 220 plug conversion, and you're set to go. Fix your problem, you're golden. You saved yourself some money, you saved yourself some time and aggravation. So, super blessing. Let's see on the other box what we have here. Let me just accommodate everything here so it's nice and neat again. I'm so excited, guys. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you guys visit primeweld.com. I'll be leaving, like I said, the link in the description. It's a great machine. They also have a variety of other machines available. And believe me, there's something there. If you're wanting to weld, okay, whether it's MIG welding, whether it's TIG welding, whether it's arc welding, if you just need to cut metals with plasma, they've got it. They've got something for everybody. Trust me. They got, like I said, multi-process machines that you could do all in one, basically, and save you some money. So, let's see what's in this box here. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, cool. Here we have the thumb trigger that I was talking about. Now, this is the piece that you would put on your torch handle, so that way when you're ready to weld, you press here and that strikes the arc. That starts the arc. Okay, so that's that little clicky that you see here. And you know, with the great features of this machine, you could set the start of the arc, you ramp it, you plateau it, and then drop it down, slope it down, and end it, which really makes it really nice for a thumb trigger. Definitely nice. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. So, I just dropped something. Sorry. Okay, so they sent us here a baggie. What is it? Here we go. A baggie with some. I'm trying to open it. Alright, so here we have a bag of consumables. Okay, so they include some consumables here. Let's see what we have in there. We have a long end cap that goes over your tungsten. We have a stubby end cap for your tungsten on your torch. We have a number 7 cup, lens, gas lens, whatever you want to call it. We have a number 6 gas lens. And we have a number 5 lens, which is great. We have a collet body for your tungsten and your gas flows. And over here we have 2 collets. And yep, just as I thought. One is for a 1/16 tungsten, and this one over here is for a 3/32 tungsten. Okay, great. Let me put these back in here so I don't make a mess. As if I don't have one already. Gotta pretend, you know, like I don't have a mess here. Alright, so that baggie's closed. Now over here You guys, I don't know if you could see it there, but they included a tungsten. Okay, and this seems to be like a 7-inch tungsten, and it is gray. Gray. I think gray is the one that replaced orange. Seriated? I can't remember. But I'll look it up and I'll let you guys know. But this, it comes with a gray one, which is great because, I mean, you're gonna need it for welding. Obviously, you're gonna want to sharpen this, and make sure, guys, that whenever you do sharpen your tungsten, wear a breathing mask or something, because tungsten is really dangerous for your health, you know, if you inhale it. I don't know if this one emits radiation or not. Some tungstens do have radiation, but even though they have radiation, it's not enough to cause any harm. However, breathing in the dust when you're grinding it or something, that can. So you want to use, you know, cover your face mask or whatever, and sharpen it up. Once you're sharpened, you're set to go. So yeah, that's great that it comes with this too. Like I said, guys, I mean, they're including a whole lot of stuff for your, you know, for your machine, which means, guess what? Less money you gotta spend. All this stuff costs money. Now, this is something that I really want to talk about. This here, you can see that name there, CK Worldwide. And yes, it is an original CK Worldwide. It has been confirmed by CK Worldwide themselves. This is the torch that comes with your machine, your TIG 225, which is amazing, because you won't get this with all TIGs. You know, it's just this specific machine is coming with it, and that's a super upgrade. I mean, a TIG like a torch like this. Look at this. Look at that. That is a quality torch right there. And this one has the flex head, so you could position it for whenever you're in those tight corners or whatever. It helps you out with a little bit of angle. This is great. As you can see, it already came with a cap there, a long one for your tungsten. And from the looks of it, I have also a stubby here available. Now this looks to be, I want to say about, let's see. I want to say about a 12-foot lead. I wonder if it says here. Yep, 12.5-foot lead. That means that you could weld up to 12.5 feet away from your machine. So, in other words, you leave your machine outside the car, in my case, while you're working on doing your roll cage or your chassis or whatever. You know, you don't have to bring the machine inside the car. So it's long enough to, you know, give you some comfortable workspace. And yeah, she has the standard connector, which means this works with just about any machine. That's right. So that means that our machine has the right connector for you to do, you know, you want to get another tricked out torch or whatever. Hey, you can do it. Unlike other ones. Trust me, I got a lot of friends who've gone through that. They can't really do any upgrades. Let's see, I have a whole lot of literature here. Let me put the torch down here. Man, that's a real nice torch. Alright, what we have here? CK Worldwide sticker. We'll be putting that somewhere. Then we have another CK Worldwide sticker. Okay, this one has a consumable series. This is a 17. Yep. This is a 17 series torch, and it gives you here all the CK Worldwide part numbers that are compatible with it. Anything from the cap, the heat shield, the collet bodies, the alumina cup, I called it gas lens. Yeah, aluminum cups. These pink things. Anyway, yeah, it gives you all the little part numbers for you to search. That way, so this is good to actually stick it by the machine, or where you put your consumables. Yeah, like on your welding cart or something like that. Which reminds me, I should get one. Alright, so we have some safety paperwork. Over here we have the torch manual. It's a CK17V Flex. That is the V Flex for the flexible head. That's amazing. And it is a 12.5 foot lead, which is great. Yep, it has all the instructions in the back as well. How to take it apart, to put your, what was it called? Your Lumina cups and your tungsten and your heat shields and your collets and your collet bodies, all that good stuff. Has all the instructions here. Also has instructions on how to grind the tungsten, you know, the angles you want to get on it and how your arc is going to shoot out, you know. That's great. Good literature to have if you're starting off specifically. Over here they're offering different types of torches that CK has, including this pistol grip design, which is awesome. It looks cool. And then you have this twist head one. So, yeah. Anyway, shout out to CK Worldwide also. Okay, so over here we have all the little warning labels and stuff, you know. When you weld, be careful. Don't burn your hands. Don't burn your hair. Aha, perfect. So, CK Worldwide includes inside their torch a list of all the tungstens. And we were just talking about the one tungsten we have there. So you have the red, the what you call it, the white, the gold, gray. Here it is. Yeah, seriated, formerly orange. Yep, EWCE2 or WC20. Yep. That's the one. That one is non-radioactive. Just so you guys know. Most of them are non-radioactive. The one that is radioactive, I think, is the red, which is thoriated. Let's see. Red, thoriated, radioactive. Yep. And red is mainly used with DC, you know, for steel and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones. You got thoriated, zirconated, lanthanated, seriated, green, doesn't say, principal oxide, none, it has no oxides. And you got lanthanated, which is blue, chartreuse, which is a light green. It has like a light green color. Lime or so. There are other colors available of tungstens, but these are the ones that CK Worldwide offers, okay, that you could buy directly from them. So great info to have. Also good to put it like on your, I don't know, on the wall, so that way you always know, you know, especially when you're starting, you know what to use, what to get when you want to buy some more. So that's great. I mean, I hope you guys are stoked. I mean, this machine is amazing. Make sure you guys check them out at www.primeweld.com. Like I said, they have a list of stuff. I mean, they got tons of different machines that you could look through and see which one works best for you. Their prices are super excellent. I mean, I can't speak highly enough for this TIG 225, but we're going to be putting it to work. It's going to do its talking by itself. I'm sure it's going to do great. It's been doing great for many people. So I can't wait to put it to the test, show you guys how it works. And let me tell you, the price, it won't disappoint. Make sure you visit their website, check out their pricing. It's amazing. And it comes with all this. So trust me, you don't want to miss out on a deal like that. And from what I hear, they go fast. These machines go so fast because so many people are getting to know about them and how good they are that they just fly off the shelf. Our friend Mike, he told us, we're gonna try to get you one as soon as possible. And as soon as they came in, he sent one out to us. And by the time I checked, their site, I saw them available. And all of a sudden, the next morning, I was like, oh my God, they're gone. This is incredible. So you guys want to make sure that you keep an eye on their website. Actually, they have a little feature on the website where you put in your email and all that stuff, and they'll actually send you a message as soon as they receive a new shipment of them. So that way you're first on that grab, call them and order it. Don't think about it twice. Trust me, this machine is worth every single penny. And you will not pay those huge prices for a machine that just, do you really need something that bad? That big, bad, whatever it is? No, you don't. Especially if you, what? As a matter of fact, with the work we're going to be doing on this series of videos, it will be more than proof that this machine is almost good enough, or I would say it is. Okay? I don't know if they would rate it that way, but I would say that it's good enough for you to have it at a shop level. You have your mechanic shop and you need to do some welding and whatever, do a little like custom fabrications and stuff like that. I don't know, do some turbo piping, the Shark pipes, or intercooler pipes as some people call them. Trust me, this machine could do it, and it's gonna last. And you guys are gonna see it. We're gonna build a whole complete tube chassis. Okay, it's gonna be chromoly, so there's a lot of welding to be done. You guys may see a chassis and it's a car, right? Trust me, you got crosses of tubes, you got ends of the tubings, you got little corners, you got tabs that you gotta weld on, and when it comes to certifying a chassis, when it's made with chromoly, NHRA, NHRDA also request, as well as the SFI. There we go. The regulations for SFI require for any chromoly chassis must be TIG welded. So, we're going to be doing the whole chassis with this machine. And if it could do a whole chassis, trust me, you could do quite a few turbo kits and all that good stuff that you might want to do. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot of welding. And when it comes to turbo stuff, you know what? Sometimes, with the YouTube videos and stuff, we want to do a little bit more crazy stuff, spur of the moment stuff in the future. And we're going to make some funner videos. We're going to need something that we could, just zip through something, make it, put it together, blast it, blow it up, have fun, do another one, do a different one. You know what I mean? So we'll probably step into getting a MIG welder later on, and hopefully even a plasma cutter. Right now, obviously, the budget doesn't really work out for me that way. But with Prime Weld by our side, I'm sure we're going to be doing a lot of things in the future, and we're going to be having a lot of fun with it. And we're going to be doing all the welding with the Prime Weld 225, which I'm really, really proud to say that we got one in our hands, and I know that it's going to guide us through the whole season here to do all the welding that we're going to need for the build, and obviously for other stuff too. Now, like I said, they do offer a whole different scope of machines. They have MIG welders, they got plasma cutters, they got TIG welders, they also got multi-purpose welders, arc, TIG, and plasma all in one. You could do that too. And I'm really, really stoked. I'm really happy. I'm really thankful for Prime Weld. A big shout out to Mike over there, and Dustin as well. Thank you for trusting in us, like I always said. I hope you guys received the Po' Boys Diesel stickers that we sent over to you guys. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm almost speechless because I'm so excited about what's to come with the channel. As you guys know, this is a work in progress. It's a really big build. Not that it's a big truck, but the fact that it is something that consumes a lot of time and definitely a lot of finances. And PrimeWeld has definitely gave us a great hand by you know, providing us with this great machine, and we're really happy for that, and we're thankful. We really are. Now, when it comes to the channel, as you guys know, we're almost done with the series of the mold making, all the fiberglass mold making for the truck. We only have one door to finish, which is the inner part of the driver's side door. After that, we'll be done. I was going to include this in this video, however, it has been extremely humid here in the Central Florida area, and you know, working with fiberglass could be a little bit tricky. You got to kind of mind, you know, the weather, temperatures, and humidity levels for it to come out right. That way you're not spending extra materials, especially when, you know, the budget is tight. We'll finish up the series of the mold making for all the truck parts. Now that we have those molds, basically, we'll be able to put that to a side, let it cure, take its time, start working with the chassis. Once we get the chassis started, we're going to be doing a lot of welding. Trust me, the whole chassis needs to be welded, and a lot of fabricating, little parts, little tabs, little things that, believe it or not, consume a lot of filler rod and a lot of argon. But yeah, we like I said, I ordered a new welding helmet as well as some welding sleeves because yeah, I don't want to be burning myself up too much. However, I do want to thank you guys who have expressed, you know, their get wells to me for my back issues. I am doing a whole lot better. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% yet, but pretty close. And as you guys were able to see, I just handled around the welder, which is great. I'm feeling great, and thankfully that thing is portable and it's nice to move around. So yeah, I'm doing a whole lot better, and I expect to be pretty much a-okay for by next video. So we'll be finishing up that door finally then with the mold making as of you know, that next video, and we'll jump right on to the welding. Now you guys know that, like I said, welding is great, it's fun, it's a great trade to learn. I really recommend it for all you DIYers who are, you know, starting to get your feet wet into welding. Hit it the best you can, because there is a great future for you guys on that. Welding is like diesel, you know. Diesel runs the world around, right? If you don't have diesel, you can't transport all this stuff around, the trains and the trucks and all that good stuff. Well, guess what? If you don't have welding, you can't have trucks. You can't have, you know, buildings and boats and ships and oh my. But yeah, I'm really stoked. I'm really happy. I'm really thankful for all of you who have shown such a great support to us here in the channel. I couldn't be, you know, more happier. I really couldn't. These old cheeks, believe me, they hurt from the smiles that I get from every time you guys send me a little message and a little, you know, comment, and I just love it. You know, you guys always cheer me up, give me a lot of hope, a lot of inspiration, and you know, I do this for you guys. I really do. I'm super happy to be here. I'm super happy and thankful to God for allowing me to do what I'm doing, and you know, I look forward to continue doing more and more things with you guys and for your guys. So let's see how it all goes. I think it's gonna be great. I hope you guys are really stoked. Thank you once again to PrimeWeld for hooking us up. Thank you once again to all of you who watch our videos, all of you who have subscribed. So we also want to take a second to you know, do a little mail call, because we received a letter from one of our YouTube friends, and he's called the Old Car Auto Guy. You guys should check out his channel. He is based in Canada, and he has an automotive YouTube channel as well. He has a car dealership, and he does a lot of things with those vehicles and makes sure that he tests them out really good, which is great because he shows, what he does to them before he sells them, how he goes through the process of purchasing them and selling them forward, and a lot of information out there of the different models and types, and which is great information, kind of like, a lot of car reviews, but a little bit more in depth, the stuff that you really want to know. Nobody really wants to know, oh, they were available in so many colors, and whatever color, it don't matter, but at least you know how much mile per gallon it really gives you, not what it states. He actually fills up the tank, goes driving, runs it out of gas, tells you exactly how much it takes. But yeah, he has a great little channel, and he's also reached the 1,000 subscriber goal not too long ago, and he's definitely getting up there. I believe he's already in 1,200 and something, which is a great thing. So a big shout out to you, Jason. Yeah, he sent us a letter because we did a little sticker trade. I sent him one of our Po' Boys Diesel decals that you guys know that you can find it in our website at www.poboysdiesel.com. Now let's see what we got here from our friend Jason, Old Car Auto Guy. Let's see. All right. And yes. Here we go. All right, so he sent us here one of the stickers from his dealership. So you guys can see there, Old Car Auto Sales in St. Stephen. Right there. And over here, he sent us a decal for his channel, which you guys should follow him also on Instagram, as well as on Twitter and Facebook. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Old Car Auto Guy. And yes, car, old with the OLDE, car with 2 R's, Auto Guy. That's the name of the channel. Great guy, has a lot of information out there. So in his letter, let's see what he wrote here. Howdy, Omar. Thank you so much for the support to my channel and exchanging stickers. Please remember to share my videos and stay focused on the windshield. That's his slogan, which is great. So God bless you and yours. Philippines 4:13, Jason Carr. All things in God is possible, definitely. But yeah, you guys check him out. He's, like I said, he's on YouTube, Old Car Auto Guy, and I'll leave a link in the description also. So guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you, and let the coal roll.